Chronicles Chapter 14. David's kingdom grows. Hiram was the king of the city of Tyre. He sent messengers to David. He also sent logs from cedar trees, stone cutters, and carpenters to David. Hiram sent them to build a house for David. Then David understood that the Lord had really made him king of Israel, and had made his kingdom large and powerful for the benefit of Israel, his people. David married more women in the city of Jerusalem and had more sons and daughters. These are the names of David's children born in Jerusalem: Shemua, Shobab, Nathan, Solomon, Ibhar, Elishau, Elphalet, Noga, Nepheg, Japhia, Elishama, Belada, and Eliphalet. David defeats the Philistines. So the Philistines heard that David had been chosen to be the king of Israel. So all the Philistines went to look for him. When David heard about it, he went out to fight them. The Philistines attacked the people living in the valley of Rephaim and stole their things. David asked God, "Should I go and fight the Philistines? Will you let me defeat them?" The Lord answered David, "Go, I will let you defeat the Philistines." Then David and his men went up to the town of Baal Perazim. There David and his men defeated the Philistines. David said, "Waters break out from a broken dam. In the same way, God has broken through my enemies. God has done this through me. That is why the place is named Baal Perazim." The Philistines had left their idols at Baal Perazim. David ordered his men to burn the idols. It says another victory over the Philistines. The Philistines attacked the people living in the valley of Rephaim again. David prayed to God again, and God answered his prayer. God said, "David, don't follow the Philistines up the hill when you attack. Instead, go around them and hide on the other side of the palm trees. When you hear the sound of marching in the tops of the palm trees, go out to battle, because that is the sign that God has gone out in front of you to defeat the Philistines." David did what God told him to do. So David and his men defeated the Philistine army. They killed Philistine soldiers all the way from the town of Gibeon to the town of Gezer. So David became famous in all the countries. The Lord made all nations afraid of him. Chronicles Chapter 15. The box of agreement in Jerusalem. David built houses for himself in the city of David. Then he built a place to put God's holy box. He set up a tent for it. Then he said, "Only the Levites are permitted to carry God's holy box. The Lord chose them to carry it and serve him forever." David told all the Israelites to meet together at Jerusalem to see the Lord's holy box carried to the place he had made for it. He called together these descendants of Aaron and the Levites. There were 120 people from the tribe of Kohath. Uriel was their leader. There were 220 people from the tribe of Merari. Asaiah was their leader. There were 130 people from the tribe of Gershon. Joel was their leader. There were 200 people from the tribe of Elisaphim. Shemaiah was their leader. There were 80 people from the tribe of Hebron. Alel was their leader. There were 112 people from the tribe of Uzziel. Amminadab was their leader. David talks to the priests and Levites. Then David asked the priests Zadok and Abiathar to come to him. David also asked these Levites to come to him: Uriel, Asaiah, Joel, Shemaiah, Eliel, and Amminadab. David said to them, "You are the leaders from the tribe of Levi. You and the other Levites must make yourselves holy. Then bring the holy box of the Lord, the God of Israel, to the place I have made for it." The first time we tried to bring it, we failed to ask the Lord about the right way to move it. And he punished us because you Levites did not carry it. Then the priests and Levites made themselves holy so that they could carry the holy box of the Lord, the God of Israel. The Levites used the special poles to carry God's holy box on their shoulders, the way Moses commanded. They carried the holy box just as the Lord had said. The singers. David told the Levite leaders to get their brothers, the singers. The singers were to take their lyres, their harps, cymbals, and sing happy songs. Then the Levites got Heman and his brothers, Asaph and Ethan. Heman was Joel's son, Asaph and Berechiah's son. Ethan was Cushiah's son. These men were from Merari's tribe. There was also a second group of Levites. They were Zechariah, Jeziel, Shemarath, Johiel, Unid, Elib, Benaiah, Messiah, Mattathilan, Eliphilu, Miknah, Obed-Edom, and Jeiel. These men were the Levite guards. The singers, Heman, Asaph, and Ethan, played the bronze cymbals. Zechariah, Jeziel, Shemirath, Jehiel, Uni, Elib, Messiah, and Benaiah played the alamoth harps. Mattathiah, Eliphilu, Miknah, Obed-Edom, Jeiel, and Isaiah played the Sheminith harps. This was their job forever. The Levite leader, Kenaniah, was in charge of the singing. Kenaniah had this job because he was very skilled at singing. Berechiah and Elkanah were two of the guards for the holy box. The priest, Shebaniah, Josaphat, Nathaniel, Amasiah, Zechariah, Benaiah, and Eleazar had the job of blowing trumpets as they walked in from of God's holy box. Obed-Edom and Jehiah were the other guards for the holy box. David, the elders of Israel and their generals, went to get the box of the Lord's agreement. They brought it out from Obed-Edom's house. Everyone was very happy. God had helped the Levites who carried the box of the Lord's agreement. So they sacrificed 7 bulls and 7 rams to him. All the Levites who carried the holy box wore robes made from fine linen. Kenaniah, the man in charge of the singing, and all the singers had robes made from the fine linen. David also wore a robe made from fine linen. He also wore an ephod made of fine linen. So all the Israelites joined in bringing up the box of the Lord's agreement. They shouted, they blew rams, horns, and trumpets, and they played cymbals, lyres, and harps. When the box of the Lord's agreement arrived at the city of David, Saul's daughter, Michal, looked through a window. When she saw King David dancing and playing, she lost her respect for him.